Did you ever look at a chart, see it screaming straight up and think, I'm late, I've missed the boat, but I can't miss out? And then you hit the buy button right at the very tip, only to watch it plummet faster than a squirrel with a fear of heights? Congratulations! You didn't fall victim to a bad investment. You fell victim to the perfectly beautiful and utterly ridiculous flaw in the human operating system, the herd mentality bias. This isn't about being unlucky. It's about being too human. It's about the logical short circuit that compels the smartest people in the room to collectively buy high and sell low year after painful year. This video is compiled from various sources and analyzes widely recognized psychological concepts. If you have additional information, data, or personal insights to share, please leave a comment below. Why are we so easily spooked into a collective panic? Go back 100,000 years. If 99 out of 100 cavemen suddenly sprinted north, you didn't stop to analyze the socioeconomic implications of their movement. You sprinted north. Logic, secondary. Survival, primary. The herd was a thermal blanket of safety. If the herd ran into a cliff, well, at least you didn't die alone. That primal instinct, the one that prioritizes belonging and collective safety over individual truth, is still firing inside your brain even when you're staring at a candlestick chart. The modern-day saber-toothed tiger isn't a predator. It's a tweet from a pseudo-guru, a sensational headline, or worst of all, your neighbor bragging about their 400% return. The feeling of FOMO isn't a mild regret. It's a deep, primal pain of social exclusion. Your lizard brain is screaming, "They're getting resources! We're starving! Join them now!" This is where rational thought checks out and hands the keys to your amygdala. It's a beautiful cognitive short circuit that makes you feel like you must participate even when every fiber of your rational being knows the odds are stacked against you. The herd mentality doesn't just happen, it builds up, stage by stage, like a magnificent financial delusion. We can chart this collective madness through 4 distinct acts. Act 1. The smart money and innovation, the skeptic's delight. This is where the real work happens. Analysts, early adopters, the contrarians. The price is low, the noise is non-existent. The herd is nowhere to be found. They are too busy laughing at you on social media, dismissing your investment as nerdy, too complicated, or risky. They're rational right now, but for the wrong reasons. They are exhibiting negativity bias, focused only on the potential loss, failing to see the potential gain. The asset is undervalued, but it is socially unpopular, and that is a major turnoff for the average person. Act 2. Media hype and institutional interest. The whisper becomes a roar. The price starts moving. The mainstream media catches a whiff. Maybe an investment bank releases a slightly positive note. The media coverage isn't objective. It's a recency bias amplification. Suddenly, a story about an asset that went up 200% is more clickable than a story about sound, boring asset management. This is the period of believers and the start of the early majority. Your brain starts asking, did I make a mistake? This is the incubation period for FOMO. The herd is still on the sidelines, but they are now watching. They are feeling the discomfort of being left out of a conversation that seems to be happening everywhere else. Act 3, Euphoria and the herd's arrival, the point of maximum financial risk and maximum psychological comfort. It feels safe because everyone is doing it. Logic has been replaced by consensus. You don't buy because of the fundamentals. You buy because the emotional pain of not owning it is greater than the fear of losing money. This is the glorious moment of the argumentum ad populum fallacy. It must be good because the people say so. The stick figure representing the herd is now a massive, unstoppable tsunami pushing the price to unsustainable, ridiculous heights. This is the moment your Uber driver gives you stock tips and you actually consider them. You're not investing, you're paying a premium to rejoin the tribe. You're buying an alibi for your own failure because at least now you can tell your family, I was just doing what everyone else was doing.
But here is where the deeper logical flaw, the sunk cost fallacy, kicks in for the early buyers who are now watching the last wave of the herd push the price to the absolute peak. They know it's time to sell, but they get greedy. They think just a little higher. Their previous success blinds them. Act 4. Panic, capitulation, and despair. The crash and the final sell-off.
Slows. The smart money quietly exits. The first big drop hits. The herd, being emotionally invested and having joined at the worst possible time, clings on, activating the sunk cost fallacy. I'm down 40%. I can't sell now. I've already lost so much. This is the logical hole where your past mistake, buying high, dictates your present irrational decision, holding a loser. You refuse to make a $10,000 realized loss because it would mean admitting the $10,000 unrealized loss was a mistake. Then comes the crash, faster and harder than the ascent. The media goes silent. The neighbor stops bragging. The pain of loss becomes so unbearable that the herd collectively activates the final, irrational phase, panic selling. They sell everything at the bottom, achieving the ultimate self-fulfilling prophecy of buy high, sell low. The entire cycle of delusion is complete, and it happens every single time. It is not an anomaly, it is the algorithm of human psychology. The only way to consistently beat the market and your own brain is to recognize that financial opportunity is inversely proportional to emotional comfort. You must become the antisocial stick figure. Rule 1. Pre-commitment over emotion. Before you enter any trade or investment, write down your rules. Rule A. If the asset hits price X, I take 50% profit. Rule B. If the asset drops to price Y, I exit. No questions asked. This is your psychological circuit breaker. When the chart is green and the herd is stampeding, you have zero right to think. You only have the right to execute the plan you made when you were calm and rational. Rule 2. Identify the non-experts. The herd is rarely led by experts. It's led by cheerleaders and victims. When financial chatter spills out of its native habitat into the territory of non-experts, social media influencers, late-night talk shows, that is your flashing red light. When the topic becomes a meme, the moment is over. You are not buying a new asset. You are buying the final ticket to the party that just ran out of booze. Rule 3. Embrace being uncomfortable. Real opportunity feels awful. It feels lonely. It feels like you're buying something everyone else is laughing at you for buying. True success is standing in the wreckage of a previous crash, picking up valuable pieces while everyone else is still nursing their moons and swearing off the asset forever. The moment an investment makes you feel warm and fuzzy is the moment you should be looking for the exit.
The herd mentality is not a financial concept. It's a failure of individual courage. We are all programmed to follow, to conform, to seek safety in numbers. But in the modern financial jungle, safety in numbers leads directly to financial slaughter. The hardest investment decision you will ever make is not what to buy, but when to stop listening to everyone else. So the next time you feel that urge, that panic, that overwhelming need to jump on the rocket ship that's already halfway to the moon, ask yourself this: is this my own calculated decision, or is my caveman brain just scared of being eaten alone? The answer might save you more money than any financial advisor ever could.